The story of Carmelo Anthony is a story of apparent black privilege. He's accused of murder. The evidence is fairly compelling that he did, in fact, commit murder. And the father of the victim, or alleged victim, Austin Metcalf's dad, decided to go to an event, a press conference, and his intention, he says, was to pray with his family, to pray together. Instead, he was apparently kicked out of the press conference and sent packing. Later, his house was swatted. A man whose son was apparently, I'm only saying that to protect ourselves legally. I think he was murdered. Had his home swatted. And when that occurred, of course, that's also an attempt at by cops. This has also happened as GoFundMe's been interesting. Remember when they wouldn't let people raise money to defend folks who peacefully walked into the Capitol on January 6th, who didn't harm anyone, harm anything, break anything, and stayed inside the velvet ropes? They've allowed Carmelo Anthony's family to raise, at one point, so last time I checked, it was about $600,000 or $700,000. They've gone out and done some things that money we'll talk about. But this is black privilege. Oh, is that controversial? I'm sorry, but if there's white privilege, there's black privilege. If there's race-based privilege, there's race-based privilege. So I want you to hear from Carmelo Anthony's mother, because she's decided to let us all know that her family put God first. And we'll see if you agree with that, because we can measure the fruits, can't we? You can measure the fruits of lifestyle. I've measured the fruits of my lifestyle as a big fat dude who used to lift a whole bunch of heavy weight. I mean, I was enormous. I was almost 400 pounds, but I always loved the fact that I could bench press 315 a bunch of times. That looked super, super cool. But what bothers me now is the damage it's done to my body. And I'm still making up for that. So I'm smarter, wiser, lighter, not as strong in fact of weight I can move, but much stronger overall. And I've learned some simple hacks. Here's one I can pass on to you, young people, or old people who want to sustain muscle. Young people who want to earn muscle, earn it. Go use this hack. Go to bioptimizers.com/Todd. Pick up Masszymes. This is a digestive enzyme set that is designed to produce more amino acids in your bodies, because protein does not, in fact, build muscle. It first has to be broken down into amino acids. That's what Masszymes does. And a side-by-side test at Berkshire International University in Bosnia showed that taking Masszymes produces 1,600 times more amino acids in our bodies than people who don't take it. So be smart. Don't do like me. Care for those tiny little muscle fibers by making sure you have enough amino acids. It's bioptimizers.com/Todd. Use promo code Todd to get 10% off all their products, including Masszymes, and subscribe to the products so you never run out. bioptimizers.com/Todd, promo code Todd. The fruits of their family, the Carmelo Anthony family. Now, just point of fact, I just want to say this. There are great parents whose kids can go way off the rails. God is a pretty good parent. And Adam and Eve got all messed up. Just remember that. But this lady says that they put God first. Here is her statement.
Tragic incident. Our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Carmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what may happen to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And the co-founder has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a two-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution, we believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, we will not speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We ask for your continued support, patience, and prayers as we navigate this difficult process. Thank you.
Answer the question, what did the fruits say? Or at this point, God knows. The tragedy of this and watching that woman in her clear pain, taking time to recognize the family who, quote, experienced the loss at the hands of her son. There's going to be a trial. There's going to be an examination of this. What did the fruits say? God knows. And God knows the motive, and God knows behind the scenes, and God knows their hearts, and God knows how to heal. And God may be the only one who knows, except for this. The reports of the purchases come from multiple sources with multiple pictures, and it's not hard to achieve credit based on money that you know is coming in. If that proves to be the case, if it proves to be the case that they use this opportunity and use these monies to do things like purchasing this Escalade, which is in all the pictures, and this home, which is in all the pictures, what are the fruits of that? Profiting from this tragedy? We're not the ones who get to pick this apart from a spiritual perspective. We're the ones who can step back and get away from politics, get away from race, and say, do you know what went on in that home? An intact family? Do any of us get to judge in secret? I would say at this point, the only judge that matters in this is God Almighty, because what I see is a mother who is clearly terrified. But I also know that as a result of that press conference, the Metcalf family has also received threats via swatting. And I've seen the comments on the fundraising page. And a lot of the comments reek of engineered hatred of white people. Comments like, one down, 100 million to go. Broken sin problem. Jesus weeps. We should, can, and should pray for both families. And we can and should pray for a very, very clear picture of the truth. And we can and should pray for Carmelo Anthony, who in my judgment committed, just like many other people have done. And I just think here of the thief on the cross and the promise of Carmelo Anthony as a young man for whom God may have a great use. And I sincerely pray for the family.